In the journey of art, step by step we stride. Kritika and Aastha with passion as their guide. Empowering artisans, bridging gaps far and wide, transforming lives with each artisan's pride. With training modules that enlighten and ignite, artisans empowered, their futures bright. Welcome to another enriching episode of Talk Through Thursday. Today, we have the pleasure of featuring two dynamic women who are making a significant impact in the world of artisanal empowerment. Meet Kritika, the founder of Step by Step Initiative, and Aastha Garg, the co-founder, as they take us on a journey through their inspiring venture. Step by Step Initiative was conceived from a profound understanding of the challenges faced by artisans in India. Kritika and Aastha identified the need to bridge the gap between artisans and sustainable livelihoods by providing comprehensive trainings and support. Through curated workshops and personalized modules, they empower artisans with the skills needed to thrive in today's market. Their initiative has seen remarkable growth with a significant increase in artisans trained and hours of training conducted annually. With a clear vision and unwavering dedication, they are paving the way for a brighter and more prosperous future for the artisans across India. Join us as we delve deeper into the journey of Step by Step Initiative and discover how Kritika and Aastha are evolutionizing the artisanal landscape one step at a time. Stay tuned for this insightful conversation on Talk Through Thursday. Welcome to Talk Through Thursday, Aastha and Kritika. How are you?
We absolutely agree. We are delighted to be a part of this session.
Thank you. Feeling fresh?
Thank you for having us here, Barkha.
It means a lot to me as well, and you both are doing a great job.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, so can you please tell us a bit about yourself, like both of you?
Yeah, sure.
So we met in NIFT, I think 2 years back. We met in NIFT when we were doing our masters. And that's when we actually both used to live in Gurgaon that time. And we didn't know each other through this fact. Rather, when we met in our campus, we got to know that we both are from Gurgaon. And then, of course, when Step by Step came into picture, we got one motive to move ahead together, and that's how we met 2 years back, and that's when Step by Step started.
Oh wow, that's
Aastha would,
and yeah, you
Aastha would of course contribute here.
of course. Please, Aastha.
It's the plan to move into such direction, but NIFT has given like was a part of this platform throughout, and it has actually moved us to initiate this NGO and to start the process of looking into the area where we actually be looking at. So we both met, and with the help of our mentors and with the help of some projects, we initiated this.
And you both are doing a brilliant job, like bridging a gap between two ends. And you're doing a fabulous job. Hats off to you guys. So, could you walk us through the step-by-step process of your initiative aimed at empowering artisans, particularly focusing on women to gain financial stability through their craft?
So, Barkha, I would say that when we started this, we went to their clusters. So, NIFT has a program which is known as Craft Cluster for every MFM student. MFM is Masters of Fashion Management. And whenever we go to visit these clusters, we get to know these artisans, what work they do, which, their efforts are epic, but their sales are still limited. Their product creation is also very powerful, but still they're not getting the reach that they deserve. So that was one thing, that, low education and this limited exposure to marketing and media tools, that was stopping these artisans in India from leveraging those innovative marketing channels. And most artisans do not succeed in cracking those market channels because they do not have the required know-how. That, see, we living in metropolitan cities dealing with people like this, we know how to navigate social media platform. If you and I were given a product and we were asked to sell it on social media, say Instagram or Facebook, we would do it very instantly and get good results out of it. But the artisans were doing their product creation, they were epic at it, but still the sales were not as much as they deserve. That's when it hit us that, there is something missing, and where we can contribute our part is telling them how to make their products in a way that it reaches the metropolitan cities and it gets the sale that they deserve. So basically, it was understanding the demand, the market, the ecosystem that we're currently in, and the pricing, of course, that plays a major role because monetary funds, they matter to the artisans a lot. And people in today's time, we have a lot of handicrafts people in the market. Everybody's playing their own part. So they need to know that, what are the kind of collaborations that they should look at to crack those market channels and receive those monetary rewards also in return. So that's when we started step by step, telling these people that we are going to provide training in certain modules. And we identified and onboarded small artisan clusters with key focus on women, of course. And then we used to assess their needs and their requirements so that they could enhance their sales potential. And of course, then we had a specific criteria decided that what are going to be the modules that we are going to deal with when we do step by step.
Yeah,
And
so I think
yeah,
I covered of it. I just want to add. So that was the time when COVID was there, and eventually the artisans were not having monetary backup first. Then they do not have online platforms. They do not have access to mobiles or laptops where they can attend these sessions. And apart from that, they had different mindset, because they are the people who do not want to innovate new things. So the lack was innovation, the lack was the know-how of how they can do it. So that is the time when we realized that, oh God, so there are so many clusters. Like we just met one cluster that time, but then eventually we met a lot of other clusters also, and noticed that it is the same with everyone, that no one knows how to sell, how to actually present their product so that it can sell, and how to make people know that handicraft actually matters. So uh, that's how we started it.
and do you only focus on women artisans or otherwise as well?
No, it is not fully dedicated to women, but they are dedicated. The NGO is dedicated to the people who make these. Regardless, they are kids. They are, recently we came across to a kid who is 13 years old, and she makes handmade candles. So and soaps also. So this is not fully, focused on
Women.
women,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
uh, it depends, whatever is handmade. So that is those artisans and those clusters are most welcome to be a part of Step by Step family.
But you both are doing a great job, and the journey always, if we see for any process, it's not always happening or easy, right? आप लोगों ने जब शुरू किया होगा या फिर in that process also, in the journey, challenges आते हैं, right? So, what were some of the key challenges and the gaps that artisans face in leveraging innovative market channels? And how does your program address to these challenges? Can you talk about that?
So what happens here, Barkha, is that as Astha told you that we started in COVID. So that was the time when everybody was at home. And the artisans were in fact in need of sales badly more than us. We had our job secured at that time. But the artisans were wholly reliable on the online sales platform. That was one major challenge that came across us when we started. And I would go back to the 2020 and 2021 time when we used to conduct, I think, weekly workshops online. We used to have Zoom call meetings, we used to have Google Meet meetings, and then we had these long discussions over what all we can give to the artisans in this time. We used to have photography workshops, English communication, personality development. So all this is a part of module in online and offline both, but at that time, we were focusing majorly on online workshops with these artisans so that even if they're home, they don't feel that, they're being left out of the sales that they could have done if COVID was not there. So we were trying to do our bits. Of course, a lot of leads were generated at that time from the online workshops that we gave. And on the module part, I would say that, the things that they are doing, what products they are making, they're very good at it. So I mean that despite being skilled at the craft that they're doing, they're not aware of the latest fashion trends that the society is living in right now. Like, for example, if I talk about crochet as an art form, uh, it's a well-known art form. हमारी नानी दादी के टाइम से ये आर्ट फॉर्म चलता आ रहा है एंड दे यूज्ड टू डू स्वेटर्स newborn sweaters, newborn scarves at that time for us, which we used to wear. But then today also there are a lot of clusters who are just focusing on making that. And then what we hear in return is that these products are not selling. That's when we thought that if we keep making the products which used to do well 20 years from now, how are they going to sell in today's market? So that's when that we started guiding them into making products that sell well and are, of course, in demand. And to address this gap specifically, we offer trainings in design innovations. It is a very big part of our module in step by step, which is design innovation, so that they can use their craft to innovate the products from the existing material that they're using and make the products that are high in demand.
Also,
That's one thing.
yeah, definitely. So also, two more things, like apart from design innovation, we help them with the law. So a lot of artisans in the clusters didn't know that they have to register themselves as artisans. So we guided them how they can actually make their identity and call themselves artisans. So we help them with collecting all the documents, and how they can register on the government portal, so they can have an identity of an artisan. Now, the second thing is that about about social media. So they did not know how to actually sell the product. They just in the villages they have small shops. There they used to keep their products, but they were not well equipped with the social media platforms like Facebook, like Instagram, and other platforms as well. On Instagram, there's a shop option. So we guided them step by step on how they can actually make their own account and sell through that. So that was the thing. There were a few more subjects like English, which they actually needed to focus, since when they used to get export orders, they do not normally come like that. So whenever a message comes in English, so they must know what it is written, what's written in the message, and what the client is actually asking. So we used to conduct English subject sessions so that it helps them.
So the flow of knowledge from your end has helped many out there. And that's so good to hear. And I'm hoping that you find many more people to help them build their future. Now, can you elaborate on the process of identifying the needs and requirements of artisans and how you tailor your workshops? Because you mentioned that you used to take workshop and you still do, right? On every Saturday and Sunday. So, how do you tailor your workshops to meet those needs effectively? Can you mention, tell us about that?
So here, Barkha, like Astha mentioned about social media, artisans are often intimidated by social media platforms and other market platforms like Amazon, Myntra, Etsy. तो यहाँ पे इनके products बिकते हैं, and we offer support in social media management, basic English communications, and other customer handling tools, so that The artisans are confident in engaging and reaching out to the customers on their own. Furthermore, if I talk about the outcome, now even if you do a lot of marketing, you do social media engagement, customer handling, you still do not get sales out of it, right? You need to position the product in a way that the customer wants to buy it, right? So, of course, sales are the outcome of how the product is positioned and marketed and presented to the final customer. And to meet this need, we provide artisans training on product photography and packaging.
Yeah.
So we used to go in a lot of workshops in Bihar at that time, and we used to visit their villages and tell them and teach them photography with the available props that they had in hand. Now, when we do photography here or when we were taught photography in our colleges, we used to buy separate props to see the shadow effects, to see how it is going to look on Instagram, and to do the editing, which is finally going to go on the social media platform. But for them, it was none. They did not have any props, neither did they have the budget to buy certain props. So, yeah, we used to show them that कैसे पत्ते से या फिर फूल से आप अपने धूप में रख करके प्रोडक्ट्स को थोड़ा पेयर करके इधर उधर से फोटोग्राफी कर सकते हो so that whenever you're posting it on social media or other marketplaces, at least it is presentable. Because जो पहले वो इमेजेस क्लिक करते थे वो अपलोड तो आप कर सकते हो बट देन नो कस्टमर वुड बी इंटरेस्टेड इन बाइंग बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंटेबल थिंग कि वो प्रेजेंटेबल नहीं होती थी.
जो दिखता है वो बिकता है, so you know.
Yeah. So when they did this product photography, we used to teach them cost management also. कि आपको भी बचे ऐसा ना हो because a lot of times what happens is that middlemen come in between, they just take their share and the artisans are left with nothing. So of course we taught them the cost management thing so that they're able to price and present their products attractively and of course enhance sales in the same process. So that was one thing that of course generated good leads for the artisans also.
Also, you know, apart from all these things, they always needed some push. Like during the online sessions that we give, sometimes there are artisans who do not join because they do not have the, you know, eagerness and eagerness to learn, you can say. जैसे कि जो अभी तक वो करते आ रहे हैं, they always used to say कि उन्हें वही अच्छा लग रहा है. They never knew कि उनके पास कितने सारे अलग अलग प्लेटफॉर्म्स हैं जहाँ पे वो अपने हैंडीक्राफ्ट्स को हाईलाइट कर सकते हैं. So to make them interested, we used to do sessions like personality development, where they can talk about themselves, where they can keep their heart out and tell us what the problem is, what they think. They can like you know वो कन्विंस कैसे हुए कि हम उनको ऑनलाइन सेशंस में आने दे. तो हम उनको कोशिश करते थे कि थोड़े बहुत हेल्थ रिलेटेड सेशंस भी देते थे, you know, with the dietitian and all. Apart from that, we used to call some psychology people also, some volunteers who can actually understand their problems and guide them. So they always needed some push, and I think we have got a break through to that, wherein now they are very much interested in our sessions and they would love to know more about what's coming up next.
Well, that's great. And like Aastha mentioned, कि जो दिखता है वही बिकता है, and that's true. And
Yeah.
so आप लोगों को, you know, if you can tell us कि आपने क्या unexpected surprise या outcome आपके पास आया from your program in terms of transformational impact it has had on the artisans and the communities you're helping. Can you tell us about that?
I think in this, I would say for them also, it was a discovery when they were not confident about the products that they were making because of us. So we gave them a different module of designs. We told them that, have you seen those evil eye keychains that people are very fond of these days? So they did not know that. And they were like, ye nahi bikega. But then when we made good quantities out of it, we actually got a sale number which was not expected. So that was something that in terms of product innovation, the artisans did not trust much in कि हाँ हम ये बनाएंगे तो बिकेगा. But when we actually presented it, And of course, we do a lot of pop-up exhibitions also. We do online sales. And then when we see that these products are being accepted well by the audience, that's a reward for them also. That's a learning for them also. That this is unexpected, right? That the designs which they were making, apart from those designs which were given to them by us, are actually doing well in the market and they're getting good orders on the same.
Coming from a
So
small
yeah, I think that was one thing.
coming from small villages like Bihar, Patna, Himachal, Hamirpur village in Himachal, then Punjab. This is these are two unexpected things that happen to the artisans, like selling what they're making. And after when you after they get a sale now, they get confidence and they think कि उनका product बहुत अच्छा है. And that's what we always try कि उन products को sellable बनाना कैसे है, be it changing the colors that they normally use, changing the shape of what they used to make, and then seeing good results. So this is unexpected.
तो बेसिकली आप एक गिफ्ट का रैप है जो उसको ब्यूटिफाई करके आगे कस्टमर तक पहुंचाता है, एंड दैट्स ब्रिलियंट. सो बट आपने जैसे पहले मेंशन किया, गोइंग बैक टू निफ्ट अगेन, you started this NGO with the help of people in NIFT, right? In the organization. So how do you establish partnership and collaborations with other organizations? Because we can see that on your website that you have collaborated with many other organizations. How do you do that, and how do you expand your reach and support network for the artisans? Can you tell us about that?
So word of mouth is
But
the one major thing that we all, whenever we go out, whenever we meet these artisans, whenever we meet other people, like whoever in the market, whenever we see in person, the like some people are doing handicrafts or some people are making these, word of mouth has always helped us. Because जब तक आप किसी से बात नहीं करोगे अपने products के बारे में, handicraft products के बारे में, they would never know. And a lot of people are out there who are not really interested in handicraft, but to make them interested, we have to tell them about it. So word of mouth is one thing. Do you want to add, Kritika?
yeah, I think that finding people with the same vision helps a lot here. So the people who have the same vision to let the community grow, since we're also a non-profit organization, we have collaborated with a lot of people who are a part of non-profit organizations who want to contribute to the society mostly. And that's when we meet such people and we grow together.
And by now, we know that your plans are big for the future because you are going towards what was unexpected like years ago. अभी 4-5 साल पहले तो नहीं सोचा होगा किसी ने एक मीडियम बनेगा कोई आर्टिशंस को मार्केट तक पहुंचाने का. सो दैट्स गुड. सो व्हाट आर योर फ्यूचर प्लान्स? आगे क्या करने का आपने सोचा है in terms of reaching more artisans, curating and conducting more trainings, and exploring and opening more market channels? उसके बारे में थोड़ा बताएं.
I think from 35 artisans in 2021, we've crossed the number of 150 artisans in 2024. And I think we started with just 10, 12 hours of training, and now we're doing more than 60 hours of training. So we, of course, plan to do more online workshops, and we plan to onboard more women artisans who are interested to make products and to gain reach. Of course, we want to grow the community in coming 5 years. That is going to be the macro plan for step by step.
And we obviously want to give offline trainings as well, wherein the artisans can actually come and sit with us. And we are planning to give more workshops offline. And apart from that, we are opening more channels, online channels for the artisans like Etsy, and there are some plans for doing exports as well. So these are the two, three things which we are planning for now for the long term.
So आपको किसी भी पॉइंट पे आके लगा अभी तक कि you are successful till now? Like, what is your measure of success? And how do you want to impact your program further?
When you see a smile on an artisan face,
Yeah.
that is a success.
Okay.
Whenever they make something new, whenever they sell that product, whenever we get a new lead, that is success for us. But definitely, there are a lot of other things which would help artisans in many different ways, and they can, think of growing their business and not just, be a part of that small village. So success is not something which, you know, artisan ki khushi hi dekhna is like success to us.
Definitely. It's a journey, not a destination, as we all know. And you said a very beautiful thing कि जब वो smile आप देखते हैं, ऐसी छोटी छोटी successes मिलकर ही you are here now after 4 years, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
3 years, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So finally, what advice or insights would you offer to individuals or organizations looking to support artisans and promote sustainable livelihoods through craft-based initiatives? Please tell us
I
about
think here, as Niftians, we know that there's a side beyond the mass products because we've been taught that. We have been visiting the clusters and we know that because it is a full-fledged program in our colleges. But people who are not from this background, we would want to put this message across that, mass is beautiful, mass is today. But then handicrafts is something that one can procure and save a life. That is one thing because artisans, even who are making small things, and people, the most common comment that we come across whenever we're selling handicrafts is that it is very pricey. We are not ready to buy this for a price like this. We would rather purchase a mass product. So people could go and buy a Zara or an H&M, I feel. But then something that is made from an artisan doing a job of 16 to 18 hours, weaving and creating, say, a crochet sweater, and that you get in a mass brand for about 5-6 thousand, that we're very happy to buy. But rather, we're not happy to appreciate the same with a handicraft artisan. So that is something I feel that we are going wrong as a society. And of course, in today's generation, we need to learn and educate people that handicrafts is something that is time consuming. That is why it is more pricey than whatever you get in the market as a mass product. So that's one thing that, of course, every individual should know. And for us, I would say that when we plan to grow, since we were talking about how we see ourselves in 5 years, we're looking to associate more and more people with us who are interested towards the same vision and who are willing to contribute towards handicrafts. So, say we have a lot of clusters in a lot of cities. So, we want to appoint different cluster managers for these cities so that they can go, they can sit with the artisans and learn. So, even if one person goes to a different city and they come back, they can educate a lot of people. That's one thing. And of course, we wish to, conduct a lot of offline workshops in colleges which are from non-fashion background so that they also know the importance of handicrafts in today's time.
See, according to me, Barkha, if you take small steps now, you can lead to sustainable lifestyle. Like a basic polyester polythene bag. If you discard it and use a cloth bag, these are this is a small part wherein anyone, any individual can step into sustainable lifestyle. So this was a small example, and wherever we go, we try to push people not to get involved with something which is going to harm the environment. So as a individual, I would say that slowly and gradually people would understand this thinking that everything which is polyester based or which is not renewable is going to affect the environment, and everything which is machine made, obviously, Kritika said that it is going to be priced high, but
only when you will touch and feel the handmade product, you will know how good it is and it is not harming the environment. So these are the small approaches which a person can do to get a sustainable lifestyle.
और जो वो डिफरेंस समझ जाता है, they are doing a good job for not only themselves, but for the nature as well. And working towards nature is a good idea these days, yes. So it was brilliant talking to you guys. Thank you so much for joining us today. And जाने से पहले आप बता सकते हैं आपकी वर्कशॉप्स किधर होती है, ताकि जो लोग आपकी वर्कशॉप्स में आना चाहते हैं या फिर वो प्रोडक्ट्स को बाय करना चाहते हैं, वो कैसे कर सकते हैं?
So people, I think, who are Delhi, Gurgaon based can follow us on Instagram. We keep posting our exhibitions there, that whenever we're displaying, they can come and visit us there. Apart from the offline pop-ups, whenever we're doing some online workshops, we also post the links on our IG. And yeah, people who want to volunteer for a good fact are of course welcome, and we would be accepting a lot of volunteers in coming months for us also, as we have some different plans. And of course, one more thing to add here, that people who are working towards handicrafts, if they're a small business or a small setup and they want to gain good visibility online and offline, we're also associating with those people. So anybody who's in that line are also well accepted at Step by Step.
Thank you, Kritika. But can you mention your Instagram ID so that people can connect with you?
So it is sbs._step-by-step.
Thank you so much. And it was nice talking to you both. And hats off to the good work you're doing. Please continue doing it. And I would love to sometime volunteer it. Please give me a chance to do that. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you for joining us today on Talk Through Thursday. Thank you, Aastha and Kritika, for making time and having this conversation, which would impact the society in a way which would be surprising for all of us. It's been an amazing transformative session filled with insights and diverse perspectives on building a strong personal brand and exploring market nuances on the journey of transformation and sustainability. We hope you have gained valuable takeaways from today's guest. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for updates on further episodes and follow us on social media to continue these conversations beyond the show. Remember, your voice matters, and together we can make a difference. Until next time, keep talking, keep listening, and keep making an impact. Pranam.